Before we get going, this is going to be a little bit winded. It's going to be a little bit long. I didn't get to do what I really wanted to do with this video with, having receipts and all that, but we saved all the receipts. I wrote everything down, as you'll see as this video goes along, and we'll kind of just go over the cost. It's probably not every cent and dime, but it's a lot of the cost. I'm not going to break it down 100%, but I'm telling you, we're about 95. If you like the stuff that we're doing, man, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. We're at 466 subscribers. We've really jumped up like 30, 40 subscribers here recently. So we're doing really good with the channel. Thank you guys very much. And just keep help pushing it, man. Don't forget all the other content that we have out. I got videos of the 2 races over the weekend. We've been doing a bunch of shorts recently, trying to do some different stuff. And we got more racing coming up, man. We're racing this weekend at East Bay. You see the car behind me. It's in maintenance mode, and I was supposed to come out here and kind of knock that out so we can do what we can to load up tomorrow. But guess what? I was doing this, and I wasted most of my time. And so I'm going to try to knock out just a little bit here. Keep watching the video, and I hope you like it. It's not quite what I envisioned, but really what I was trying to do in the long run is really in the video. So I guess that's what matters anyways. Hope you enjoy it. Here we are, we're getting ready for race weekend, and I kind of want to do a little side video other than our vlogs. So this week I'm going to do a cost video for the life of a hobby racer to show you what it'll cost when we go traveling out of town. Tonight is the night before we go racing, so we are fueling up right now at the gas station, and I'm filling the tank up, because that's what I'm going to use to put in the RV, so that when we leave town we don't have to fuel up. So we're here. The other gas station is pretty busy, so I tried this one because it's not as busy. We'll have 3 receipts on this one because the first pump, I mean, they pump like $10 or 10 gallons in 10 minutes. It was slow, so I probably could have hand pumped that faster. But here we go. We're going to start adding costs to this. We've already bought dinner tonight because we're not going to be home long enough to really make food, so we just got Subway, and we had to get oil and stuff for the RV, so a little oil to make sure we have on the road just in case something happens. They got some injector cleaner and stuff like that. We're going to be traveling a little over 8 hours, so we're just going to, had to go to the store and make sure we got some stuff to help us out. And now we're getting fuel so that I can go home and do all the final maintenance on everything, and I'm going to end this part because it's raining on me. Alright, well, we're in Rock Hill, South Carolina. We're fueling up the RV. That full tank brought us all the way here, slept us through the night. We didn't pull a trailer with the RV last night, so it helped the fuel mileage a lot. But I'm on my third. I've already got $200 in here and put the third one in. It should take about all of it, since I went from basically a quarter of a tank to 3/4 of a tank. So I gained a half a tank with $200. So it should take almost this whole 100. Russ ended up driving separate. He got off a little bit earlier than us, and he wanted to be able to get up here and just go to bed early. So he left separate. Adam got fuel last night and filled up the secondary tank in the truck. So we'll add that total in, and then we ate breakfast. So we'll have to add that total in. We're going to go in here to Walmart, and Ashley's going to get a little bit of pass for her pit passes, or cash for her pit passes. So we're going to keep going. I didn't really get the footage I thought I would with what I was wanting to do with the cost for racing. I guess every time you're paying for something, you're not really thinking about pulling out your debit card and showing a receipt in front of everybody. So I didn't quite get everything I wanted to do. So from that point, you just seen us fueling up twice, and we ended up with 3 vehicles up there. So we had a pretty big fuel cost this week. Russ's truck was $462. The dually was $550, and $579.41 for the RV. Now, probably a little bit of RV fuel made it to the truck and stuff like that off the receipts I was using, because the first video I was fueling the truck up, but then everything that was going in the tank was going in the RV, so kind of that got blended a little bit. So fuel cost for the truck was probably just a little bit more. And then food, we had Chick-fil-A We actually had Subway, which I forgot about until I watched the beginning of this video. We had Subway to start off with, which was like 20 bucks. And then we had Chick-fil-A that we got right before we left the house on Thursday. And then that was our dinner before we went all the way up to where we stopped. We woke up and ate Cracker Barrel. From Cracker Barrel, from there we went to the track and we just had, she made some homemade macaroni salad and like chicken patty stuff, some like northern food that she makes. It's like canned chicken and stuffing and some stuff, some little sandwiches. And then we ended up having track burgers and track food, which their prices weren't bad. I think I got 4 burgers, like a couple hot dogs, and I think I got actually a cheese nacho, all for like 32 bucks. It really wasn't bad. And then when we got back to we drove to Gaffney, and we got, I got Cookout because I got really excited because there's not a Cookout down here. So I kind of, anytime I see a Cookout, I usually just pull off in there and get it. That same thing with Jack in the Box. Like Jack in the Box, I'll usually pull in there and see what they got too, because we just don't have those around here. In the morning, we ended up getting set up. We went to Waffle House. It was just me, Ashley, and Russ. Adam and them kind of went back. Adam took care of his food. He had Chinese for lunch. Lenny had soup. For lunch, I had Cookout again, but I just got completely different stuff off the menu. I got burgers and walking taco and stuff the night before. I got a hot dog and chicken sandwich the next night, just because, I mean, why not, right? So we did that, and then Ashley ended up, she went grocery shopping as mom to get all the drinks and everything for us, and ice and some snacks and just all the stuff. You add it all together, and you're over $550 in just food. But you got to remember, we had 8 people traveling with us this weekend. We had me, Ashley, my mom, my brother, and my sister, and then you had Lenny and Adam, and then Russ tagging on in there too. So you had 8 people. So there's $550 for food feeding 8 people, but that's probably not even, we're probably missing some dollars in there. And then you got hotels. Russ left early. He got his hotel, it was like $118. And then on night 2 in Gaffney, Russ got 2 hotels, one for him and then one for Adam and Lenny. The hotels for night 2 were $173 for both of them. So I mean, hotel costs really weren't that bad. I mean, just one hotel down in Hendry County is over $200, and we were able to get 2 hotels. Now, they weren't the nicest places, but it works out. Russ ended up sleeping in his truck on the way home Saturday night. Got a nice blow-up mattress he put in the back. And Adam and Lenny slept in the truck Thursday night, because we parked at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. We woke up at like 5 or 6, or woke up like 5 hours later at like 8:30, 9 o'clock when we went to breakfast. So, we could have spent more money there, but we didn't. Then me, Ashley, Mom, Josh, and my sister all slept in the RV, so there's no hotel cost there. But hey, there's a monthly payment that comes with that RV. It ain't as much as, a new truck, but it's still a monthly payment. Track cost. So you got $35 a night for drawing. We've already paid our membership fee for the year. And then you have pit passes. It was $35 a pit pass, and we had 8 people each. So we had $70 in signing in for the weekend, one for each track. And then you had $280 at each track for getting our pit passes and everything to get in there. And then let's see, I ended up using a used set of tires from Speed Weeks for night 1. So we didn't have any tire costs for night 1, but for night 2 we bolted on some brand new rubber for the feature, and they got pretty hurt. I wish, after what happened, if you watch our other video, I wish I'd have just left the used ones on and just let her be and saved the $750. But yeah, set of rear tires, $750, and then Russ went to Lowe's and got a heavy duty extension cord for our engine heater, so that was like another $62, brought us to $1,400. Right now we're sitting with our total for our fuel at $15.91.41. Food is a little over $5.50. We'll just say it's $5.50. Hotel cost is $3.92. Track cost was $14.42 for both tracks. So $700 and something a night. That's because we didn't put another $750 for the tires on the car. We used what we had through Speed Weeks. Then I got RV use, which, that RV, it's a little bit older. She's burning some oil, and she's not doing the hottest on some of the things. And so we had to buy some oil. So I don't have to change oil as often because I kind of do a small oil change every time we go racing, put a couple gallons in every trip. But you know, $120 in oil, and then $35 for some injector cleaner. I figured it was our first long trip of the year. I put some injector cleaner in the pickup truck, and I put injector cleaner in the RV to be able to get us down the road. That was $35, so there's $155. I can guarantee you, RV cost. That's not the $10 to empty the tank before we went. That's not RV toilet paper. That's not your toothpaste, your toothbrush, your everything that goes into it. I mean, there's a lot of nickel and dime stuff here. We're kind of hitting the heavy stuff, but there's still a lot of nickel and dime stuff here that would really add up on this. But then for, you know, so by the end of the weekend, we're just going to say we spent $4,031.41. A little over $2,000 a night once you add everything in. Now we probably can knock off like $600-700. You know, with only taking one vehicle up, not being able to get 2 hotels, we be able to, I mean, our pit passes and all that other stuff is going to be the same, but we could also add $750 in. So the money we saved on not getting tires, we spent on bringing the 3rd vehicle up there, just because Russ lives, you know, south of Daytona Beach and we live south of Gainesville. So he went straight up 95. He wasn't really feeling good. He said, hey, I'm not going to wait on you guys in Savannah. I'm just going to see you in the morning. And we already knew where we were going, so he just went straight on through. So, you know, we're a little over $4,000 in spendings. We could spend more. We could spend a little bit less. But I mean, $4,000 for a weekend's crazy, especially when you hear this next part. For the racing, we finished in 8th. That was $375. We finished 11th on night 2. Kind of disappointing, but that was $325. So that's $700, and you know, you spend $4,000. So that's, you know, there's a lot of things that would help lower the cost if we weren't really taking anybody, and if we weren't taking anybody and we weren't dragging multiple vehicles, we could definitely knock that down like $1,000. But you're still $700 at the end of the weekend. This is why we're hobby racers. This is why we need sponsorship. We don't make the money in the purse. We have to make it other ways. Our other way is being able to have merchandise. So night 1, we actually had a really good weekend. Night 1, we made $590. Night 2, we made $687 in sales and merch. Now that sounds great because that's, you know, $1,200 in merchandise sales. We hit over $1,000. We tell Mom we pay her $50 a night. And we pay an extra $50 if we go over $1,000 for the weekend, so she got $150 out of that. But, you know, $1,200 in sales sounds great, but if you've never really had t-shirts made, you know, half of that is what it costs to get the shirts. So, you know, you make $1,200, you really make $600. You have to drag a second trailer up there. So you got $500 in cost, you're at $100, you got to pay somebody to sell the shirts. Hey, you're already at negative in selling shirts when you sold $1,200. So it's not as glorious as it seems. We'll break down the merchandise numbers in another later video and kind of really break it down and what we do to try to make it even out. But at the end of the day, we sold really good this weekend, and, you know, when you don't have the greatest weekend racing and then you don't put much on top of that, you know, with getting the purse money back and all that, you lose it. So we made $1,827 between racing and merchandise, and we spent $4,031.41. So we lost $2,203.64. So $2,200. And that doesn't count motor cost for rebuilds. That's not the oil change. That's not, you know, any damages of anything that might happen when you're there. That's not tear-offs. That's not just wear and tear on stuff. I mean, it's a lot. Don't want to complain about it. I love that I'm able to do this. I wish I could do it in a fashion. I mean, I love that I'm able to do it in the fashion that I am, and I don't have to rely on my checkbook to do all of it. I definitely wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to just risk this with having, you know, 3 kids and stuff at home. I'm a project manager for an electrical company, and we're trying to do what we can to make all this right. But I got a really awesome car owner, sponsor turned car owner with Russ, and I got a bunch of the people that helped me on my personal stuff that jumped aboard with us here, and we've really been able to make it happen and have fun. So if you like what we're doing, if you think we should try something else, or if you really like something that we do, hey, make sure you comment, make sure we know. I'm just trying to do some different stuff and show what it's really like behind the scenes, what it really like the cost wise, how much work it takes to get there. I mean, it's just, everybody just sees us going in circles and like, oh, that's awesome, but there's just so much behind it that not a lot of people really see, and I just feel like that's kind of important to show. Let people relate to the situation a little bit more. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and go from there.